Hello, my lovelies. How are you doing? I know it's been a while since we chatted here, but you see, New Year and everything. I made a New Year's resolution. I know last year I went on and on about telling you not to, and then this year I went and made one. Will you ever forgive me? You see, I made one that said, do not rant in 2017. No more ranting, Cheryl-Ann. So that's why I haven't been on here. 10 whole days have passed. 10 days. I was right the first time. Don't make the resolutions. Why? Well, it's quite simple, really. We start out with this, it's New Year, a fresh start and everything. And don't get me wrong, I love New Year's, and I too get the new calendar and go, look at that blank canvas to do whatever I want, whenever I want, how I want. Whereas in reality, it just means that the day switched from December 31st to January 1st. I mean, really, when you think about it, that's all that happened. Thank goodness we woke up and went, we have another whole day, and hopefully we have another whole year and many, many years to come. But it wasn't like the world stopped for a minute and said, quick, this is your chance to rub away all the stuff you didn't want from last year and start a complete fresh this year. Forget everything you've learned, forget all the trials and tribulations, woohoo, it's all going to start afresh. I know, I'm sounding like a Debbie Downer, but really what I've been noticing is we make these resolutions, we get all excited about them, and then in no time at all we start beating ourselves up a little bit because we're not actually doing as well as we thought, or that new shiny new year has been tarnished by the first tiny thing that happened. Well, I mean, I hear so many of you lovelies going, I want to lose weight, I want to do this, I want to do that for health reasons. Well, of course, I didn't hear anybody say, my New Year's resolution is to be as unhealthy as possible. Well, we might actually succeed at that one, actually. Anywho, but we don't, of course, we all want good health. We should be striving for that all year round, of course, but not striving in the way that will get us worn out, make us all fed up and quit as soon as we've started, or worse, not quit, beat yourself up, worry about it, go on that deprivation thing, cycle, feel miserable, eat more, you know the whole picture, you've been there many a times just like me. So it's not about that. The other thing I've noticed is we've moved into this era of being stuck between two places. Well, that makes sense, doesn't it? We've moved into an era where we're stuck between two places. Go with me on this. You see, we're surrounded by lovely, lovely folk that say, think big, dream big, or go home. If you're in your comfort zone, you're not thinking big enough. If you can just dream big enough and aim for the moon, you may just land in the stars. Well, of course, it's lovely to look forward, and the more we dream about what we want in life, the more likely we are to sort of get involved in things and actions that will lead us that way. Where we're stuck in the middle is it's also we're being surrounded by lovely, lovely folk who say, be in the now, be present, stay where you are and appreciate where you are. Well, it's a bit tricky, isn't it? I mean, it's a lovely thought, so is looking forward, but if we're doing both, we got one foot in today, we got one foot in tomorrow, and you don't want to know what happens then other than we do the splits. Now, of course, we also talk about don't go in the past is behind you. Yeah, it is, but there's a load of wonderful golden nuggets we can draw from the past. You know, it hasn't all been bad. Even on the baddest day, it hasn't all been bad. Life lessons and all that lovely stuff, if we could filter through and bring that knowledge and those experience and that resilience to today And then appreciate today. Really do be in the moment. I mean, not so in the moment you forget to go to something tomorrow, but be in the moment, appreciate the day. Find a comfort zone. I mean, blimey, if I've got a comfort zone, I want to stay there a while. Because when we're in a comfort zone and we're not facing our fears and we're trying to get to the moon and hoping to land in the stars, when we're just accepting where we are and appreciating where we are, the good thing that comes from that is we have time to reflect at a deeper level, time to really check in with ourselves, time to get to know yourselves a little bit better. Because if we're always running to the future, how can we possibly have time to get to know ourselves a bit more? You know, can you see it with me? You're trundling along and you go, oh, I'm thinking big, I'm dreaming big, I'm going there, I'm going there, I'm going there. Well, you miss the whole journey. Yeah, and then if you don't quite reach the destination, then you start to get a bit down on yourselves. And if you're starting to get down on yourselves, well, suddenly you're all out of whack. But if you stay just in the moment, you're not planning for the future, you're not sort of working towards a goal, you're just lovely, having a nice time in the moment. And that whole not checking in the past, you're leaving those golden nuggets behind. So if I haven't confused you enough already, what I'm trying to get at, my lovelies, is you really have to look at your own life, take in this wonderful advice that comes from all around us, including mine, but then see what fits for you. There are times where we want to live in the now. There are times we want to dream big and face those fears and get out of the comfort zone. And there's times where we want to reflect back and see what we learn and what we want to bring of ourselves with us. And who we want to bring with us too, might I add. But at the end of the day, you don't have to be anything different. You don't have to be anything more than you already are. You know you're enough. You know you're perfect just as you is. Of course, we want to improve our life. We want to improve our health. But that'll all come when we're feeling good in here and good in here. And that is personal work you have to do for yourself, in your way, in your time, no matter what the date on the calendar says. So goodbye, January 1st. Welcome 2017. And may this be a year where you just listen to the advice, let it flow through you, and only keep the bits that fit you in the time you want them to fit. As for me, I'm going to keep on ranting, and it's entirely up to you whether you keep on listening. Love to you all. Mwah! All the best. Cheryl-Ann Webster.com